Hello friends. So in today's video, we are going to solve this fourth question of exercise 4.3 of class 9. My friends, this question is one of the most important questions in this exercise, and let's see how we can solve this question. This question might look like scary, but it is not. So let's read the question. The question is saying a taxi fare. The taxi fare in the city is as follows. For the first kilometer, the fare is rupees 8, and for the subsequent distance, that is for the next distance, that is the second kilometers onwards, the distance it would be rupees 5 per kilometer. The charge would be there. So taking a distance covered as x kilometers, if the total distance covered is x kilometers and total fare is y rupees, so we have to find its linear equation and we have to draw its graph. So my friends, so first of all, linear equation, basically we want to find the relationship between x and y. So let's see how we can solve this question. So I will just explain this question is, so there is a taxi fare, suppose let's see, so there is a taxi fare, for example, suppose there is a taxi. Okay my friends, so in this particular case it's saying is that for the first kilometer, that is for the taxi fare, is that for the first kilometer the taxi fare in charge, that is the driver, will charge rupees 8, and for the next distance, that is from the second kilometer, third kilometer, fourth kilometer, so second kilometer onwards, second kilometer plus, it would be rupees 5 per meter per kilometer. So basically this, so for example, if I were to just tell and how do we can interpret this information is that, for example, you're traveling 1 kilometer of, suppose you are traveling 1 kilometer. So you are you sat in the taxi and you said that we have to travel 1 kilometer only. So the driver will charge rupees 8. Suppose you said that we have to travel 2 kilometers, not 1. So 2 kilometers, so it will charge rupees 8 for the first kilometer, but for the second kilometer, it will charge rupees 5, according to the question. Now for the third kilometer, suppose I travel 3 kilometers in a taxi. So it will charge rupees 8 for the first kilometer, rupees 5 for the second kilometer, and rupees 5 for the third kilometer. And so on. If I travel 4 kilometers in the taxi, so rupees 8 for the first kilometer, rupees 5 for the second kilometer, rupees 5 again for the third kilometer, and rupees 5 for the fourth kilometer. So this is how the pattern is. 8 rupees for first kilometer, 13 rupees for the second, 8 plus 5 is 13, then again 5, that is 18 rupees, then again 23 rupees. So like this. So that this is how the value is changing, and this is the kilometers. So this is the kilometer and this is the charge in rupees. So the question is asking us that in general, suppose I travel x kilometer, so what will be the charge? This is the question is basically. For 4 kilometers we calculated 23 rupees, for 3 kilometers 18 rupees, 2 kilometers 13 rupees. So now if I travel x kilometers, so how much I have to pay? This is the question in brief, and this question, if you are able to find this question mark answer, so it's simple and we got the answer. So my friends, it is actually it is not that hard question, but I hope that I was able to explain its meaning, what the question is trying to ask by these examples. So now let's just see. So it's asking us, so we have to first of all make sure that we are reading the question carefully. So the question is asking us find x kilometer. For x kilometer, how much is the charge? For now, ignore this y, that is what we have to do. Just forget about this y, forget the linear equation, two variables. We have to just figure out that how much we have to pay if we travel x kilometers. So my friends, if you were able to observe the pattern, that is, for example, x kilometers my total charge. Again, we are assuming that x is an integer only. We are not taking that x is a fraction, otherwise it would not be making sense. So we're assuming this x is a number, that is 5, 6, 7, an integer. So how much I have to go charge? So my friends, I could rewrite this x kilometer as x minus 1 plus 1. Okay my friends, I will tell you that why we are breaking it. We can write x kilometers as x minus 1 plus 1 kilometers. My friends, I hope it's clear. So now we are going to be drawing a diagram just for demonstration. Let this be x kilometers. So I written x kilometers as 1 plus x minus 1 kilometers, because 1 plus x minus 1 is x only. Now my friends, so the according to the question, the first kilometer is of rupees 8. My friends, it's clear. So in the x kilometers, for example, x could be any number like 5, 6, 7, 13, 26, 39, any number. So for the first kilometer, it's confirmed that I have to pay rupees 8. So for the first kilometer, I have to pay rupees 8 for sure. And now total distance is x kilometers. And now 1 kilometer fare I have counted. So what is the distance left? X minus 1. So now x minus 1 kilometers is left. So for the x minus 1 kilometers, what will be my total fare? If for suppose I given you example, is that for example, I will just give the example again. Is that for the second kilometer it was 5 plus 8. For the 3 kilometers is for 5 plus sorry, not this one. It was like this. So for the second 2 kilometers it was 8 plus 5. For 3 kilometers it was 8 plus 5 plus 5. For 4 kilometers 8 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. By example I just told you. So we have total distance traveled is x kilometers. I have rewritten this x as 1 plus x minus 1 kilometers. Now 1 kilometer charges rupees 8. I have counted that. How much is left? X minus 1 kilometers. And if you see carefully, for the subsequent distances rupees 5 per kilometer, I am charging rupees 5 for 1 kilometer after the first kilometer. So if rupees 5 is for 1 kilometer, so by if I applied a unitary method, that is for x minus 1 kilometers, so how much it would be the fare? The fare would be 5 into x minus 1. I will explain this again. So my friends, again I will just try to explain this. Is that we are traveling x kilometers first. Then we have broken this x as 1 plus x minus 1 kilometers. For the first kilometer charges rupees 8. I have noted that down. And now for x minus 1 kilometer distance is left. And now, according to the question, it charges rupees 5 per kilometer after the first distance, first kilometer. It is second kilometer onwards, it is rupees 5 per kilometer. So if it is rupees 5 per kilometer, so it will be rupees 10 per 2 kilometers, rupees 15 for 3 kilometers, rupees 20 for 4 kilometers. So for x minus 1 kilometers, by unitary method, it would be 5 into x minus 1. If you can see, you can just see the example also. 4 minus 1 is 3. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 5 into 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. And 5 plus 5 is 2 into 5. And 2 minus 1 is 1. And 5 into 1 is 5. So by the example also, you can correlate this. So basically what we are doing is we are applying a unitary method. Rupees 5 for 1 kilometer. Rupees 10 for 2 kilometers. So similarly, rupees 5 into x minus 1 rupees for x minus 1 kilometers. For x minus 1 kilometers. Why? Because the charge is rupees 5 per kilometer. So by unitary method, we just simply multiply it. So the charge of the first kilometer is rupees 8. And for the next distance, that is for the x minus 1 kilometers, it would be 5 into x minus 1 rupees. Total charge. For the first kilometer is rupees 8 counted, and for x minus 1 kilometers it is rupees 5 into x minus 1 counted. So what is the total fare? Total fare would be 5 into x minus 1 plus 8 rupees. So my friends, this is the total fare. Total fare is this. Okay my friends, I hope it's clear. Basically we have just broken it x into 1 into x minus 1, and then we have just simply has applied the logic unitary method. If you're not able to understand this, you may please see its replay. I am pretty sure you will be able to understand this. And now, so this will be the total fare now. This will be the total fare. So basically what we has just solved and what we had just calculated is that for x kilometers, if I travel x kilometers in total, this would be my total fare. This we have calculated. So this is the calculator. So let me just rub the board a little bit. Okay my friends, so basically what we have calculated is that for the x kilometers total fare would be 8 plus 5 into x minus 1. If I just solve this a little bit, it would be 8 plus 5x minus 5, that is 5x plus 3. And my friends, if you remember, the question says the total fare is rupees y, but total fare is this. Total fare is 5x plus 3, but total fare is rupees y also. So we could say that y equals 5x plus 3 would be our equation. So my friends, this would be the equation, or you could write this as 5x minus y plus 3 as 0. You could write this also in ax plus by plus c format. So my friends, so this would be our equation. I hope you have got it. And now my friends, for the plotting point is concerned, in this particular case, we are going to, I will just tell you how we can solve this. Is that in this particular case, however, we have to just plot. My friends, actually it is very easy to plot, but I will just tell you in the brief only. And I will tell you one thing also. My friends, according to this question, that is y equals 5x plus 3, here y equals 5x plus 3, if you just figure out and if you put x as 0, so we get y as 3, for example. So basically, according to this equation, it is saying is that if we travel 0 kilometers, that is if we travel nothing, we don't travel any distance, so we have to pay 3 rupees. So my friends, please don't get confused in this case, particular case. By solving this, while we are solving this equation, we assume that x is greater than or equal to 1. So for the value x equals greater than or equal to 1, this solution is completely perfectly correct. But if we take x is 0, we are getting y is 3. So it means that for 0 kilometers, we are paying 3 rupees for nothing. We are not traveled at all. So my friends, please don't get confused into this. Here we are assumed that x is greater than or equal to 1. For that it is completely perfect. It is just because of mathematical manipulation. This is a small error or small inaccuracy, you might say, but we have to assume this as the answer only. So sometimes it happens is that students get confused and they are going to pass the graph through the origin somehow. So please don't do this, my friends. This would be the correct answer. This is a correct equation. X equal greater than or equal to 1, it is perfectly correct. For negative values in x equals 0, it will fail, but because we have just applied logic, so it is a small inaccuracy. Please don't get confused into this. Okay, my friends, we have to assume and accept this as the answer only, like this. Now for the plotting point it's concerned, we have to just simply just for the plotting point, it's very easy, my friends. We have to first of all take the graph, x-axis, y-axis. So just a small graph I will just plot. So we get 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. So my friends, you have to do nothing actually in this particular question. I will just redraw the graph. Okay, my friends. So basically, in this particular case, what we are going to do by plotting is that this would be x-axis, this would be y-axis, this would be the origin. So we are going to first of all mark the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So my friends, in this, when we plot any graph, what we do is basically we try to find 3 to 5 solutions of the equation. And as linear equation, two variables have infinite many solutions. So when we have to find a solution of a graph, we predefine a variable on our own. So for example, if I want to find solution of this equation 3 to 5, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking a variable, for example x. I would be putting the values of x on my own, will calculate the corresponding value of y, and whatever the point would be x comma y, I will be plotting in the graph and I'll be connecting the dots. So basically I will be taking x and y. For example, I would be fixing the value of x as 0 1 2, for example, for the example sake, and for the y, for 0 it would come as 3, for 1 it would come as 8. Achha. Yes, I have to just tell you one thing. Yes. So for 1 it would come as 8, for 2 it will come as 13, for 3 it will come as 18, like that. Okay, my friends, so basically what we have done is we are taking the values of x, we are taking the values of x, if you wish you could take the values of y also, and we are taking its values on our own. We are fixing our values on our own side, we are finding the corresponding values of y, and we have got the solutions x comma y. So now you have to just plot these points. So for example, it would be 1 comma 8, so it would be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it would be this point 1 comma 8, then 2 comma 13 would be somewhere here outside the graph. So you have to plot 2 to 3 points, 3 to 5 points, sorry, and you have to connect these points together. So these all the solutions should lie in a line only. So like this it would be the function would be. Unfortunately it's outside the graph, but it basically it's like this. This would be y equals 5x plus 3 or 5x minus y plus 3 equals 0's function. So basically, my friends, what we have done is we are finding the solutions of the equation. We are fixing the values of one variable on our own side, finding the corresponding values of the other variable like this. We are making these points and we're plotting these points x comma y. We are plotting these points, and now we are going to take at least 3 to 5 solutions of this equation like this only. These all the points should lie on a straight line and just connect the dots. That's how we're going to plot a graph like this. So my friends, thank you for watching this video.